What's up, you guys? I'm back today for another mukbang. Today I'm going to be doing sushi, which I'm so excited about. Nobody tells you when you're going to film these mukbangs how much, I guess I should know. I have another YouTube channel, but how much time goes into this. So I've had the sushi for an hour. It's literally 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I haven't eaten all day and I'm starving. I'm so hungry. And I've just been looking at it for the past hour trying to get everything set up. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to jump right into this. So I just have some wasabi and ginger in this little container and I'm going to just put it into my little soy sauce dish. So I'm going to just scoop out a decent amount of wasabi. I know this is not the correct way to do it. I know you're supposed to actually just put, I think, little pieces of wasabi onto the fish, but I like to mix it in with my soy sauce because I'm white and American, so it's easier if you kind of create a little bit of paste and get it kind of stirred in that way, and then kind of slowly add in more wasabi. See how it's kind of pasty. And then add more. This is just my Trader Joe's wasabi. I feel like this was easier to use than trying to use all the little packets. So the sushi actually comes from this place called Osaka. I live in Richmond, Virginia, by the way, if you're curious at all. I live in Richmond, Virginia, and it comes from this place called Osaka. I think I was telling you my boyfriend works for a company and he helps run a couple restaurants, and Osaka is my favorite sushi in the entire world. I eat there so often. I literally eat Osaka sushi probably it's embarrassing, probably at least 3 times a week, a majority of the time. So I eat a lot of sushi. The rolls that we have going on today, this one is going to be it's called a mas roll in Osaka, but it's tuna, avocado, and it's topped with tobiko. And then this one is called it's actually a tribute roll, so you're not gonna know it, but I believe it has, I think it's spicy tuna on the inside with avocado. It's topped with albacore tuna and red tuna, and then scallions and sesame seeds, I think is what's in it. And then this is just a salmon and avocado roll, which salmon and avocado rolls are actually my favorite. They are my absolute favorite. I feel like they're really simple, they're simplistic, but they're also just really yummy. So, and then like I said, I do have more even wasabi and some ginger over here. I don't love pickled ginger, I'm gonna be honest. I think it's okay, but I'm not one to, I definitely don't eat it on top of my sushi. Whew, I think I made that soy sauce really spicy, so we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and dig in. Like I said, I am starving. I've been waiting to eat this for a minute. Hallelujah. Oh my god. It's so good. Sushi is one of my favorite foods ever. Like I said, I think I keep saying that over and over, but I eat it so much. It's the one food I feel if I could just eat forever and ever, and you could just give me an option on a desert island, it would be sushi. I love it all. I even love sashimi. I love actual sushi, and then I love rolls maki. I love all of it. Oh my god. This is so good. I really want to do some mukbangs where you cook, or you make a little meal and then do it, but honestly I'm so lazy. I like cooking, but I feel the foods that I would cook are really boring and would not make for fun mukbangs. I feel like I said, I really like watching mukbangs. So that's actually the reason I originally had the idea to even start one, is because I really like mukbangs, but I don't know, I feel I wouldn't care about being shrimp salad mukbang. I wouldn't care about that, which is the kind of stuff that I feel I would be making at my own house. I don't know, so maybe I'll get there eventually. It's so good. You know that feeling you get when you're like super lightheaded, like you haven't been eating, you haven't eaten anything all day, like you get a little lightheaded and then you eat again and it's just like, you feel relaxed. That's what's happening right now. That's what's going on. Holy crap, this is a giant piece of sushi. Looks like there might be like 2 things in there. I don't know, I can't tell. But the lighting is gonna get funky. I'm still working with my lighting, I'm sorry. I'm like still new at mukbangs. I know like, I have a beauty channel and I know how to like play with the lighting for like all my beauty stuff. But with mukbangs, it's like hard. Like you have to like focus on the food, but also have you in frame. Like it's a little bit harder of a setup. So anyway, this is what it looks like. I'm so happy it has green onions on it. I love green onions so much. That one is ridiculously good. There's so many flavors to it. It's so, so good. I'm back home from my trip from Denver. The flight was kind of bad and then I had to get back and go to a wedding immediately, which kind of sucked. Like I literally like got home and had 20 minutes to like shower and put on my makeup and then have to drive to a wedding, so that was not the most fun. But now I'm back in the swing of things. I had to go to work last night. I'm like back in real life. So good. I thought there might be eel sauce in there. Do you know? I remember the first couple times that I had sushi and they like asked me like with the roll, they dropped the sushi. This was the first time it ever happened. They like dropped my sushi off of my table and they were like, would you like a side of eel sauce? Oh my god, sorry, I need to turn my phone off. So they like dropped my food off and then they like immediately were like, hey, like, do you want a side of eel sauce? And I was like, no thank you, please not. Like, because I just thought it was actual like eel sauce. I didn't know what that meant, but I figured it had something to do with like the fish eel, which is really funny now because I love eel sushi. It's like one of my favorites. I love like dragon rolls and eel maki is so good. But I had no idea what it was and I was like, no, I don't want eel sauce, but now I love eel sauce. Eel sauce, if you don't know, is basically, I might get this wrong, but it's kind of just like a sweetened version of soy sauce. It's a very sugary sauce, it has a lot of sugar. But it's really, really good on sushi and I think that there is some eel sauce on here and it's real good. There's just so many things you can do with sushi. There's so many different like style rolls. I love sesame too. Sesame is like one of my favorite things in the world. A big reason I wanted to start doing mukbangs too is I think I would be really good at like eating challenges. Like I'm a pretty thin person. I'm 5'9", so I'm pretty tall, but I'm like decently thin, but I'm really good at eating like massive amounts of food at one time. I don't try to do that regularly for obvious reasons, but I'm really good at it. So for mukbangs, I'm like, it's like great. Like I almost like this morning, I didn't do it on purpose, but I kind of just like didn't eat anything for breakfast. I like went to the gym. So by the time I got home, I'm like really hungry. And it's like, at that point, like it's kind of fine. Like if you want to eat a really big meal, like it's not like you're going to be like super overeating, but I'm really, really good at like just eating a lot of food at once. Which is like, those are my favorite style of mukbangs is like when you like go on, I know those were like the OG, like the original ones, like when you would like go on and would have like 7 different foods and they would just eat all of it. Obviously this is like not that much food, but I think I would be really good, like maybe do like a challenge video and try and eat like a ton because I think I could do it pretty easily even. you didn't know, a little bit about me. The job that I'm working right now, I'm currently a bartender. Just a fun fact, if you were curious. I'm like not, even though I have a beauty channel, it's still really small. Like I have like 400 some subscribers, so it's like not that big at all. So I cannot support myself on YouTube by any means by itself. So I definitely still work to have to make money. And so I bartend, which is pretty cool. I can't tell if I talk too much during these. I personally like when people talk in their mukbangs. I feel like it makes it more interesting. Like, I mean, obviously it's like kind of fun to watch someone eat, but I think a lot of the reason that people like mukbangs at the same time is because it's like this is gonna sound so lame, but like whatever, I guess it's the new generation. I feel like people are like lonely nowadays, like they lack like genuine relationships a lot of times, and I feel like watching someone eat, it's almost like you're like on a friend date, or like say you're like out with someone. I feel like it kind of gives that like companionship like feeling that it evokes in people. I think that's a little bit of a draw to it. At least for me personally, I feel like it's like if I'm kind of like haven't seen anybody in a while, or it's like late at night, I'm like trying to fall asleep, like it's kind of soothing to just like sit there and hear someone talk. I don't know, that's kind of how I view it. But I know everybody probably is not like that. Like obviously like ASMR is like a lot about just like sounds and stuff like that. But for mukbangs solely, I feel like that's a big reason people like watching them. But I don't know, maybe I'm like talking too much. I don't know. Funny story. My old roommate, a best friend of mine from high school that I used to live with, he went on a date with this girl one time, and they went to go get sushi, and I don't think he'd really eaten sushi a lot before. And he saw like the giant little swirl of wasabi that they put over to the side, and he picked it up with his chopsticks and put the entire thing in his mouth because he thought that it was like a hunk of avocado. And he told me about it later, and he said that he was like at the table and there was like tears running down his eyes, and he was like crying for like 30 minutes, and it was like terrible. And I made fun of him so hard for it. Like I remember I told that story to so many people, like making fun of him. I was just like, oh my god, my roommate ate this thing thinking it was like avocado. And about 3 weeks ago when I was at work, when I was bartending, we have sushi at the place that I work, and me and the other bartender were splitting a sushi roll, but we had it like sitting in this like hidden place so that like when no one was looking, we could kind of just like take a piece of sushi and eat it. And it was dark. I couldn't really see like where it was hiding, like in the little hidden spot. There wasn't a lot of light. It had been sitting there. There was only like 2 pieces left, and they were kind of like falling apart, and I couldn't see. And it looked like one of the pieces had fallen apart and that the avocado like fell out of it. So I like picked it up and put it back in the roll and then ate it. And I didn't realize that it was the entire hunk of wasabi that I had picked up and put inside the roll and ate it. And I was working, I was like behind the bar, I was like making drinks and like talking to people, and I like put it in my mouth, and it like immediately hit me. I mean, I'm pretty good with spice. I'm not like a wimp when it comes to it, but I had to like go in the back and stand there for like 5 or 10 minutes because my eyes were watering so bad. I kind of felt like my throat was closing up. Like I felt like it gave me almost like a panic attack, because it kind of felt like I was like, I don't know, like something bad was, it felt like I was gonna faint. Like it felt really weird. It felt like I couldn't really breathe that much. Like it kind of made my whole throat almost like tingly to a point that I couldn't feel it, but it also felt like it was closing up. It was really terrifying. But I guess that's karma because, like I said, I made fun of my roommate so much for him doing it that one time. I was like, who just picks up wasabi and puts the whole thing in his mouth? Well, I did, so. Really, I guess it's karma. This roll is dope. I really don't even normally like specialty sushi rolls as much as like the basic ones, which is dumb. I feel like nobody says that ever. But this stuff is so good. I don't even know exactly what's in it. Ooh. Get a little bit of that off. I made that soy sauce really spicy, so. I'm just now realizing I totally forgot to do a thumbnail for this, so. Isn't that like YouTubers' like worst nightmare when like I literally spent so much time putting all this together and like finding a spot to do this that I sat down and I was starving and I just started eating. So the thumbnail might suck. It might literally just be me like sitting here. I'm actually getting full, which is surprising because like I said, I'm not even gonna lie, like I can eat probably like 4 or 5 sushi rolls, like on a regular, like when like I get lunch, I could get like 4 or 5 of them. And finish all of it. Pretty much no problem. I feel like I could super easily do like a at least 50 pieces of sushi challenge. I could even do 100. I don't know, that'd be something I could maybe even like look forward to. I would be excited to do something like that. Are you kidding me? 100 pieces of sushi? I waited so long to eat this. I'm supposed to be going to this like dinner tonight and it's only like 3 hours away. So, might just be eating 2 dinners. This is basically dinner. It's like 4 o'clock now and we're going at 8. So I guess 4 hours, but whatever. I remember my mom told me one time how like everybody's like, oh, sushi's so healthy. Sushi can be really healthy depending on how much of you eat of it. Because a lot of times, especially the traditional rolls, or if you're just getting like sashimi, it's just like protein, it's just fish. But if you're getting like rolls, especially like specialty rolls sometimes, I know that they say that like one sushi roll, like the amount of carbs that's in it, like white rice, obviously it's not like quinoa or like brown rice. If you're getting like white rice, the one sushi roll is equivalent to 2 pieces of bread. So basically I just ate like 6 pieces of bread, which whatever, I mean carbs are great, but it's also not the healthiest for you either. Especially white rice like this is not the best for you. And depending on what you get, a lot of times like spicy mayonnaise, I know they like call it other things on the menu, half the time it's spicy mayonnaise. Like I feel like I worked in a sushi place for such a long time. They call it a lot of stuff. I remember they would call it like sunrise sauce or like, you know, just random things. It's mayonnaise, like 90% chance it's mayonnaise. It's probably mayonnaise. They use mayonnaise on everything, which once again, whatever, like live your life, but mayonnaise isn't necessarily the healthiest either, so Sushi can't be alright. You just have to know how to eat it. It was so good. I feel like I could go take a nap now, like I said, because I was so hungry, and now I'm like really full. So what I'm probably gonna go do is watch an episode of Orange is the New Black, because I am obsessed. I'm on like episode 7. I've been binge watching for the last couple days. So yeah, probably gonna go do that. Maybe just chill for a little bit and then literally go eat again in like 3 or 4 hours. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye guys.